Okay, so maybe nobody told you. I'll be the first one to tell you. Everything with Uber and Lyft and these gig apps is market dependent. So there's offers in my market that you probably would kill for. Vice versa, there's offers in your market that would be amazing to me, that we would never see. There's offers in other markets that it's like, oh yeah, if I could get that, I would easily make my day. Everything with these gig apps is market dependent. Let me just be very clear. That means in certain markets, they put out certain orders. In other markets, they put out other orders. It's a pattern. This is why knowing your market is so important. So, yeah. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Nick, and I am the local South Florida Uber driver. I'm local just because you never really know where I'm gonna be in the next couple of days. What? Years? Hey, but I primarily work the South Florida market. And in today's video, man, today's video is all about just trying to remind you guys that everything is market dependent. What do I mean by that? It's very simple. There are the offers that you may see if you were in California. Obviously, it depends on where in California. But if you were in California, the offers that you would see in California aren't the offers that you're going to see in Florida. I'm just going to be the first one to tell you that. So all of you California drivers, hey, enjoy your market. The offers that you see in Texas aren't the same offers that you're going to see in Florida. So all of you Texans, hey, shout out to Texas. And vice versa. Obviously, I live in South Florida. I primarily work South Florida, Miami-Dade. That's where I work at. So when you talk about downtown Miami, you say things like Bayside, Midtown, Wynwood. These are the places that I work at. Not as much as I used to, but these are still places that are very familiar to me because it's my stomping grounds. That's where I come from. I was almost born and raised. I was born and raised in Miami, so this is my market. So right now in my market, in our market, it is the slow season. So if you know anything about slow, it just means that the rides and the offers and the requests are less. So why is that? If you don't know our market, I'll be the first one to tell you. Our market is based on tourists. If nobody else told you that Miami, Florida is about tourists, I'm sorry. That's what it is about. It is about tourists. And right now, in the economy right now, with the way that other states are, tourists are happy where they're at, in the sense of like what I mean is people come to Miami, especially during the winter, because it's cold everywhere else. Miami is a hot spot during the winter because it's actually hot. Everywhere else is kind of cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense why you would come to Miami. But during the summer, when everywhere else is hot, it's like, there's places that got beaches, so you don't really need to come here. There's places that got food, so you don't really need to come here. You know what I'm saying? Now, yes, the allure of Miami, yeah, I get all of that, but like, there's a difference between seasons. There's a hot season and a cold season. And the hot season is when you make your money. In the hot season, you make your money because there's a large volume of, there's a higher demand, is what I should say. The demand is higher during the hot season. So during the hot season, you can literally cherry pick and, look for $2 a mile, $3 a mile. You can wake up whatever time you want to get after the money because there will be demand there. But when it's slow, there's no demand. You can wake up at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning during the weekday, but it's just going to be you. You and all the 15 other Uber drivers. Listen, Everything is market dependent. So again, just to reiterate, there are offers in other places that we would love to have because we don't have those offers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, some of y'all getting to, a little bit over $1 per mile, in some markets. Some of y'all getting long trips. I prefer the long trips. Some of y'all getting amazing long trips. Again, shout out to Hustling Buddha. He gets long trips, and it's like he'll turn them down, and it's like, bro, just give me that. Give me one of those a week. Give me one of those a day, man. Look, I will literally I literally have 400-500 every day because of the way that y'all markets are set up. Our market right now, at least during, and I mean, I keep saying it's fast and slow, but like it's less demand. The demand that is there is for locals, and obviously for locals, it's very simple. Locals don't really want to go places. Our market isn't a market where nobody has a car. It's not our market. Our market is a market where everybody has a car. Everybody has a car, and a lot of people have, and everybody got tents, and everybody got, everybody got a car. So when people are ordering Ubers in our market, they're ordering Ubers specifically because they want to go down the street and they just don't want to drive their gas. They're ordering Ubers because, listen, it's hot outside and they don't really want to walk. They're ordering Ubers because they want to be cheap. They don't want to pay for parking. These are all reasons why people order Ubers in our market, as opposed to other markets, i.e., shout out to Hustling Buddha, i.e. in his market where, you got people that really don't have cars. I'm just saying. So they'll order Uber to go to work. They'll order Uber. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got some of that. But like, it's different because market dependent. Everything is market dependent. So, so with that being said, man, when I say you got to learn your market, I really mean you got to learn your market. You want to really make good money with Uber and Lyft? It's no secret. Learn your market. And I tell you one way that I learned my market. So obviously you can take the route of using the third-party apps like, when I was doing it, it was Para, it was Maximo, and Maestro. You can use any one of those. Well, no longer Para, but you can use Maestro and I just said it. Now I can't think of the name. It's because I'm recording. Yeah, so you can use any one of those apps. And what I used it for was just to see what was coming through. Now, obviously, my acceptance rate back then was really low because I was just trying to see if I could get $40 an hour, $30 an hour like you guys want. And so I would just keep it on, and I would keep it on all day and just ride around and see like what I would get, because I was interested. I would see all of these people talking about, I get $30 an hour, and I get $2 a mile, and I get $3 a mile, and all of this stuff. So I was trying to replicate that here in my market, and obviously it wasn't possible because I was. I was still fairly new to rideshare. I was still fairly new to the platforms, and it just didn't happen. But one thing it did teach me was what was possible in my market. And so, yeah, you can use those apps, or you can do the other strategy that I did. So one real way that I learned my market was by every week I would look at my weekly, what I made weekly. And so, yeah, I made $1,000 and I did it in 60 hours. Now, obviously, we know, there's more to it. Did I just have the app on? Because I multi-app, so it wasn't really 60 hours, but, it was 60 hours it was listed as 60 hours of on-app time, and that's where you get into, okay, was it on-app time or was it active time? And, what were you really doing during that time? You get really into the statistics, and that's why I don't really care for the statistics, honestly. because I do so much. What I used to do was, I used to take it and I would look at my numbers. Okay, yeah, I made $1,000 in 60 hours. Cool. And I would look at the rides and I would try to, for the most part, you can remember what area it was. Was this a good ride? Did I take a bunch of bad rides that week? Or did I take a bunch of good rides? Did I take rides that made me feel good? Damn, that was a really good ride. That was a really good ride. That was a really good ride. And what I would do is I would just scroll kind of through. I'm not saying that you got to spend hours and hours at this, but I am saying you should try to analyze your history. So I would take the time and I would just kind of scroll through. Oh, okay, yeah, I got a couple good rides. Because what it starts to, what if you do that every week, what happens is you start to recognize patterns. What I mean by patterns is there are certain areas where if I get a ride, it's generally going to be a good ride. It's generally going to be a feel-good ride. Like maybe it's $1 per mile. The passengers are really nice, so they tip. Whatever the case is, I know there are certain areas that I could go to get good rides. Because of this, I would scroll through the list, the list of my last couple trips, and I would start to see the pattern. So yeah, it's very true. You can go to downtown Miami. Yeah, go downtown Miami. You do your thing. Downtown Miami is absolutely a place that you can work. You're going to be fighting 1,500 drivers, but hey, you'll make it work, right? And there are people that still make money down there. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But it's also true that maybe it's not downtown Miami that you should go to, but maybe it's Aventura. Aventura may be a whole lot better for you. Maybe it's not that it's Aventura, maybe it's Sunny Isles that would be a whole lot better for you. You would make so much more money. Maybe it's not Sunny Isles, maybe it's, I don't know, Hollywood. What if it's not Hollywood? What if it's Midtown? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm naming places specific to my market because what I'm just trying to share is that a lot of times we get so stuck on, I'm going to this big place. I'm going to this big place, downtown Miami. But when you really analyze your trips, when you really look back at the last couple trips, you start to understand, no, it wasn't just downtown Miami. It was actually when I went to Wynwood and I went on 2nd Avenue and I picked up from, I don't know, Mr. Cream's, restaurant. That's when I got the good rides. So take a moment, look back at your rides, look back at what you did. You'll start to see patterns. And those patterns will teach you what your market is. But trust me. It's market dependent. So you really got to know your market. You want to get to better numbers, you want to make money in less time, you got to be efficient. And that's how you get efficient. By analyzing your rides. Going back and looking at your rides is one way that you can get efficient. It's not the only way, of course, but it's one way. But yeah, with that being said, man, I feel like I'm rambling now. So I am out of here. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope all of this made sense. If it doesn't, leave a comment below. Y'all know I pretty much respond to every comment. And if you are looking for a group of like-minded drivers, real drivers, join the Telegram group in the description. Yeah, with that being said, I'm out of here. Deuces.